Hello again, folks, and welcome to Black Bear Outdoors. Today we're talking about pistols, and we're talking about H&K pistols in particular. Now, just for our German viewers out there, if I butcher the German language, I apologize in advance. H&K, or Heckler and Koch as it's known in Germany, have been making quality firearms since about 1959, and they're probably most famous for their USP pistol series and the MP5 subguns that you see the SWAT teams and Special Forces units use on TV. And so forth. They also actually invented the very first striker-fired pistol, and I believe the polymer frame pistol as well. But it wasn't popularized until about the 1980s when Glock hit the market and that whole industry started booming. So in 2014, H&K came back with a pretty big bang, pardon the pun, and they introduced the VP9. The VP9, or Volkspistole 9, as it's known in the US, or the SFP9, simply put, Striker-Fired Pistol 9, as it's known in certain parts of Europe and in Canada, has made a big splash. Since its release, they've also made a few different variants, one with an RMR cut, for example, this SF version, as well as the SK, which is the shorter barreled concealed carry version, as demonstrated here by our good friend Bravo Romeo Sierra. So yeah, guys, we're very excited to get to this pistol for you. So we're going to do what we normally do is we're going to take it into the table, take a quick look at all the features that it offers and what makes this pistol quite special, and then we'll take it out to the range and put it through its paces. Stay tuned. All right, folks, now that we've got the pistol on the table, let's take a closer look. I think we should start off with the differences that we mentioned earlier between the VP9 as it's released in the US and the SFP9 as it's released in the rest of the world. So you'll immediately notice that the SFP9 has a slightly longer barrel than the VP9 because it's not flush. The VP9 has got a 4-inch barrel and the SFP9 comes out with a 4.15-inch barrel. Now that's there to satisfy Canadian gun laws as well as certain gun laws in European countries. The second difference is the trigger packages. The SFP9 comes in two different trigger packages. The first one is what we all buy in Canada, which is the same as the VP9 trigger package. The second trigger package is there to satisfy the needs of some European police forces. Now if you look at the grip texture and the grips on the SFP9, it's very reminiscent of the P30 and P30L. That's because you can also remove the back straps and the side paneling to fit your hand and mold it to your hand really. Now in my opinion, this is probably the most ergonomic pistol I've ever held, and it feels like it's surgically attached to your hand. You'll also notice that the slide stop has been reduced in size compared to the P30 or the P30L. Now what you'll also notice is you still run the risk, if you do a 2 thumbs forward grip, to ride the slide stop. Now be careful of that because that will not allow the slide to lock back when your magazine is empty. You'll notice that it's got front and back serrations for you to easily rack the firearm, as well as a full Picatinny rail, which allows you to attach any form of light or laser sight or anything like that. You'll also notice that the magazine release is still the paddle style that you'll find in a lot of European pistols, and of course this is fully ambidextrous, including the slide stops. I personally kind of prefer this now since I've gotten used to it, to the actual button. It's actually really comfortable, in my opinion at least. You'll also notice that it's got serrations up in the front of the trigger guard there, and it's to allow you to get a little bit of a better purchase if you need to. And all in all, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful handgun. Very well designed, and it feels sturdy and it feels like it's quality in your hand. You'll notice a very distinct thing here. The VP9 and the SFP9 come out with these, call them tabs at the back, and they are supposed to assist you in racking the firearm. and they actually do help. I quite like them. A lot of people might not, so they are removable, but you have to remove the rear sights first. HK is talking about creating a plug for people who don't like that. Going back to the sights, you'll see it's nice and smooth there. There's no kind of points where it will actually snag. And they are not night sights. They are luminescent sights, which means they will glow for a little bit in low light conditions, but they are not night sights, right? Alright, so let's take a look at the trigger. The trigger for me is somewhere between a Glock and a PPQ, but it is great. I have no problems with it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, this firearm has been cleared, and that is a safe direction, just before you freak out. Alright, so there's the uptake. And there's the brake. Alright, let's check the reset. There's the reset. And there's the brake. So I personally really like this pistol. I really like the trigger on it. I like all the features of it, and it feels great. Another thing you'll notice is that compared to the P30 or P30L, they have made this gap here quite a bit deeper. So it sits in the webbing of your hand really well, and that's probably part of the reason why it feels like it's so attached. It also shares the same magazines as the P30 and P30L, which is probably a good thing if you have some of them or have access to them, and probably a bad thing if you can't find any on the market. Alright guys, so all in all, it's a fantastic pistol, fantastic looking pistol, and all that's left now for us to do is to stop my jibber jabber, take it out to the range, and see how it performs. Alright folks, here we are at our favorite little pistol range, little gem, and with the HK. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a few shots with it. The ammo that we're going to be using today is just straight up MagTech 115 grain full metal jackets. And yeah, first mag, we're going to check out how it manages recoil, and we might as well see if we can get a decent group from an average shooter like me, kind of getting some effective hits on target. Let's get to it. Not too bad. Let's go check it out. So folks, seriously, this gun is a sweet shooter. I absolutely love this trigger, and it breaks exactly when you think it's going to break. Super ergonomic, and you can pretty much configure this grip into 27 different configurations. This is straight out the box, and it's probably the most ergonomic gun I've held. Sights are easy to pick up, and it's not bad with the recoil management. It kind of feels good. So next up, let's take a look at the paddle mag releases. Let's see if that actually impedes quick reloads or not. Again, there's people who can do this faster than me, like a million times, but let's see what an average shooter like me can do. So yeah, I think that's pretty acceptable considering it's not your standard mag release that you have on this. This is super comfortable. I actually prefer this paddle release since I've been using it for a bit. Folks, I love this gun so much. Let's throw another mag down range and see if we can replicate the good group we got the first time. Just so you know, we're roughly between about 12 and 15 yards from the target. It's just over 10 meters. I'm happy with that. This gun is a tech driver, folks. So there you have it, folks. Our final thoughts on the VP9/SFP9. It is an absolutely fantastic pistol. I can see the utility for it as a duty pistol would be great for any law enforcement agency, for example. As a range pistol, they'd be great. As a competition pistol, even in the production category, you can't go wrong. As far as striker-fired pistols goes, it's probably my favorite one. That's just my personal opinion. It's ergonomic, it's got a wonderful trigger, it's incredibly accurate, and it hasn't let us down with one single malfunction in all the time we've been shooting it. So guys, if you enjoyed our video, please give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button on the next page. It looks like a black bear badge, and leave your thoughts and experiences in the comments box below, questions as well, and we'll try and get to them as soon as possible. If you want to support our channel in different ways, you can also find us on Patreon to help us get some more gear for you guys. Guys, stay safe and we'll see you next time.